On our big blue beautiful marble, it's time to check out Traverse City, Michigan. Traverse City has a population of about 15,000 people in the city, but I guess the suburban area is about 140,000 people. But when summer comes along and festivals and all kinds of stuff like that, this place gets insane. For a small town, it gets really busy. The amount of hotels here alone is kind of mind-boggling for a town of this size. So the campground is about 2.5 miles from downtown, so I rode the bike along US 31 until I found out the next day that smart people know that there's a bike trail, and I took that the second day, and I recorded that riding the second time, and we'll show that towards the end. But now we'll move on to show you a little bit of Traverse City. It's located on the shores of Grand Traverse Bay. And no, this isn't Venice. There's a canal, which is kind of cool, between downtown and the lake. Lots of people boating and kayaking, and the lakefront stuff is pretty cool. Hello, bunny. All right, there's a little urban wildlife, and they have a tunnel that goes under the super busy street to get you to the waterfront. This is pretty cool. There were a bunch of kids playing on it the other day. It is a really pretty city, but you know, when you try to keep stuff real, it gets really busy up here in the summer. And when I was here in the fall, this all had ice on it, so it was cool to see it in the summer. But it's a pretty area, nice parks, nice clouds. They're famous for the big Cherry Festival, and also every year they have a movie festival that's gotten pretty big in Traverse City. I've shared in a bunch of other videos that as a kid, we used to come up here. We had a cottage on a lake about an hour away, and Traverse City has just gotten so much bigger and busier since those days. I heard that hamburger place was good, but I haven't been. But there's still nature right in town. But again, since a few years ago, the urban sprawl has really taken over. There's some pretty buildings here as well. And of course, I had to get some more ice cream. Very good ice cream. And the nice movie theater. I think it's kind of famous. I don't know. There used to be a great restaurant called Dill's, and sadly it closed. I had a great meal. It was an awesome place, and it's so sad that they closed it down. This is another building. I really like architecture. And in a second here, there's going to be some plaques that I left in that you probably can't read, but if you want to read them, hit pause now. I'm just always drawn to architecture. So with the metro area being about 140,000 people, it makes Traverse City the largest city in northern Michigan. And it's a nice town. There are more nice buildings in town, but that was just a few of them that I happen to like. The Opera House is cool too. I got mine in Marquette for 50 bucks. Great deal. Red Ginger's supposed to be a nice place. Okay, here we go with the bike ride.
All right, YouTubers, I'm gonna ride that path downtown Traverse City.
There's still going to be another video with a tour of the campground itself. And this little quick look at Traverse City is just really the downtown area, not much of the urban sprawl that I mentioned. Fun fact, in the UP they call tourists trolls because they come from under the bridge. Here they call tourists fudgies because they come here and buy a lot of fudge apparently. I think the locals in both places say it with a smile, but I wouldn't call it a term of endearment. Because you know, locals get tired of tourists. Hell, as a tourist sometimes I get tired of other tourists.
That was brittle. Hopefully I don't get any flats.
So because I do the typical bike ride, which is a little bit boring, I'll at least throw in some music here.
We'll go out on the street, I guess. All right, you get the idea. We'll come back. This is much better than along 31. Lots of traffic for a small city. I missed a turn here or there. There's a bunch of food trucks back there I'm gonna go check out. It's pretty bad when the walk's worth more than a bike.
I always enjoy checking stuff like this out. Street trucks are great. Food trucks are awesome. I stopped at this one and I got a taco that was pretty darn good. I kind of like when they get them all in the same place. Now, some of them were trucks and some of them aren't going to move. But there's a lot of different options. There was organic, they're all that kind of good stuff. Whatever you want to find, quick little meals that taste good and aren't too bad on the wallet. So if you're in Traverse City, check this area out. Or if you're someplace else, they have these things everywhere.
Traverse City is a relatively small town, but there's a lot of tourists. I think during the Cherry Festival, there's like 250,000 people in town. It's crazy. So locals get very, very tired of tourists. Like that. That'll piss people off. Alright, you get the idea. So, that was around Traverse City. I hope you enjoyed. The trail's a nice little way to get down there. There's still a bit of traffic, but it's much better than going along 31. But if you get up here, check it out. It's a nice city. Have a great and wonderful day.